Hi, Homeschool Mamas. Ashley here with Crazy Brave Homeschool. I am a somewhat new homeschooler of a soon-to-be second grader and an upcoming TKer. So my daughter will be 7, my son will be 5 this year, and I make a lot of homeschool content. It's pretty much, it really is all I do. So if you're into more eclectic styles of homeschooling, we combine Charlotte Mason, Waldorf, interest-led, and lately sprinkling in quite a bit of classical. So we are, don't mind the noise, we're all about so many different styles, and we're wrapping up our first year of homeschooling. My daughter is graduating from the 1st grade. It's very exciting time for us, and I am excited to make this video to show you guys what her absolute favorites were. So those things that when we look back on 1st grade, these are the things that will have made that year really stand out. And it is an eclectic bunch of stuff. So let's get started. So what I have to show you guys is a mix of everything from math to language arts to science to art and social studies. So all the subjects. Okay, let's start with math. This is probably the least exciting thing. We used a lot of Right Start this year, was the Abicus. And I know most of you, if not all of you, are very familiar with this tool, this counting tool for adding and subtracting. It has just made such a difference in my daughter's mathematic abilities. She loves this thing. I've really appreciated this tool this year. So I'm grateful for how successful this has been. She has also really loved any of the math games that came with the Right Start program. So these were always like a supplement to the lesson. And I wish that I would have used them more. I think I was kind of clutching on to getting through the lessons every day. But these were some of her favorite parts, which were the games associated with that math program. And if you can find a deck of cards that has 0 through 9, multiples of each number, there are so many cool math games that you can do with these. Maybe I'll make a video just like showing you all of the cool games that you could do without even having to buy that program. But we just did a lot of games this year, revolved around addition and skip counting and odd numbers and even numbers. So just a simple deck of 0 through 9 cards, you could even make them yourself, went a long way for us in our math this year. To science. Her favorite thing that we did for science this year was the unit for pollution and recycling. This was a unit we got from Blossom and Root, their book seeds issues. They always pair this with a really great piece of literature that's built around like some scientific achievement. She just has loved, and that's just such a great thing about homeschooling, right? You really get to hone in on and pay attention to their interests. And I've realized this year that she is very interested in helping to sustain a clean and healthy environment. So she's the kid who's picking up trash on the playground. I am very proud. I just need to make sure that we have rubber gloves with us everywhere we go. And anything that has to do with that, we did a lot of like composting lessons where we were like burying trash and then recording how long it took to really decompose. She was really into that. And then just anything that we can find around town about preserving and protecting like the marine wildlife where we live. And she is now recently very into wildlife rehabilitation and is trying to talk my husband into becoming a wildlife bird rehabilitator, which he did in his youth. And so she really wants to be one of those people that you call up if there's like an injured crow or a seagull and you take the bird into your home or your backyard and you care for it until it's rehabilitated. That's what she really wants to do this summer. For art, she didn't really like any of the art curriculum programs that we did this year. They're going okay. She's not super passionate about it, but she is really into drawing. So she has really loved this how to draw fairy drawing book, and we've been diving a bit into YouTube videos on drawing instruction. So I'm going to get a couple of drawing books from The Good and the Beautiful for next year. And there's one other drawing program I'm going to do, but I can't wait to do my curriculum reveal for second. The other thing for art that she did actually like, I wouldn't say she was like wild about it, but the picture study portfolios by Simply Charlotte Mason, She did really well with this, and she didn't fight me on it. It was a fun thing we did once a week, and then we had this beautiful wall of art to look at for the rest of the school year. So we're going to be doing Van Gogh at some point in second grade, and I'm looking forward to it because I know that she did well with this, and I think someone enjoyed it. Sorry for the fly. Okay, also on the art front, there is this great company called bearbooks.com, and they make, you guessed it, bear books. So they make these hardcover white books that have just white blank pages on the inside. She has loved these. I think we got them in like a pack of 6, and we might have a couple left, but this year she made stories about, you know, fairies and witches, and some of them were just picture books like this because she's still learning to write, and then some of them were I would write the story for her. And let's see, oh, this was my son's. He's 4. He's such a cute little drawer. But these were just great. They really love these, and this is like something that is fun to hold on to. So bearbooks.com, you can get a collection of these really nice quality hardcover books. I guess this would be more like language arts too. They also make bear calendars. So we got a blank calendar that we, at the beginning of every month, we like drew a picture for the season, and then I had her write in all the numbers of the calendar. I wouldn't say she was like obsessed with it, but she didn't mind it. It went well. And then they have bear board games, and my daughter is a board game fanatic. I'm going to show you what her favorite board games were this year. So I got the bear board game, and she made her own board game. Being a 6-year-old who still lacks a lot of like strategy and logic, we didn't play it that many times, but it was adorable, and it is just such a cool supplemental, you know, math, art, you know, logic elective to throw in there. So bearbooks.com was a really cool website for us this year. Okay, so social studies. This will come as no surprise for those who have followed me for a bit. American Girl History. I've talked about this on and on and on. I have a whole like 35-minute long review on this program. It is U.S. history done in a really gentle, fun way for young elementary school kids using all of the, not all of them, but about 8 American girls. So we have done this since January. I was going to take a break for the summer, but she won't let me. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do more school than I planned this summer. And she's totally fine with that because she loves it so much. So that was her favorite thing for the whole school year, hands down. And then for language arts, so I'm going to flip the camera for this because it's just like a bin of a bunch of stuff that will be too hard to show you. But it is Story Basket. So we had a language arts program through Blossom and Root for the first half of the school year. And they encourage you to use a story basket of your own, like props and peg dolls, so that you can retell the story. And that was really fun. I wish that we had done it more, but I think what would sometimes happen is they would get really carried away with it, and it would take up like a huge portion of our school day, and then we weren't getting to other things. But I'll flip the camera and show you. This is my story basket box. So I just wanted to show you like what story basket might have in it. We have a ton of peg dolls. Some of these are more, some of them you can tell that I did. We have just like, you know, like a pretend house. You have these story stones when you're like retelling the story. Modeling beeswax was really great for like, let's see if I can even get this open. Was really great for like little animals and stuff that you might want to make for the story. Here's a cow. You know, and then other stuff like seashells or feathers, pipe cleaners. We used pipe cleaners to make trees. Let's see, little like these little wooden discs are handy. We made this like cute little tent. So, and then we have like kind of real trees here. So it's anything that you think could be used to retell a story. And I think that we will do this again next year This was really, really sweet and great for reading comprehension and like narration skills. Okay, and then lastly, I will show you my daughter's favorite games. I only pulled out a few, but I would say aside from the American Girl history, board games are my daughter's favorite. I actually thought that we would likely be a gaming homeschool, game schoolers, but I don't know, I hold on kind of tight to the curriculum to hold my hand just because we are still new at homeschooling. But I would not be at all surprised if later down the road, when I feel more confident, we just use a lot of board games for our curriculum. So these were my daughter's favorites. This game Stare is awesome. If you've not heard of this game, I don't know, I found it at a thrift store, but it is cards that have like art or graphics on them, and you have a timer and you have to try to memorize as many of the details that you can, and then you roll a dice and you have to answer questions related to the number on the die that you rolled. And she is so good at this. Like, I don't know. I don't think she has a photographic memory, but I seriously can't believe how good she is. She's better than I am. So she always beats me. This is just a great brain game. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. This one is falling apart. It's been her favorite for a long time now. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna show this to you. Let's see. It's Clue. There go the pieces. Clue Junior. Okay. This one is really great for, you're getting into a little bit of like strategy in this one. And like memorization skills, which clearly she's good at because of the other game. This one is also good with process of elimination. That's probably the biggest thing that this is good at. And it's really, really fun because like you've got the mystery element, which kids love. So Clue Junior, huge hit. These are two like newer games that we got this year that she is obsessed with. So Caldron Quest. This game is so fun. I will play this with her. I'll play any of these, but I'll play this with her whenever she wants. This is a fun game that's based around like wizardry and potions. And it has a lot of like rules, requires a lot of comprehension, which I'm always so impressed with her about because I think most kids would give up if it just seemed like too complicated, but she just really loves games. This one, the coolest thing about this is that it taught her odds and evens because that's part of the rules in the game. It also taught her quick addition to 12. So this was like in the beginning of our school year and when we were first starting out with all that. That was great. And I think just the amount of rules that are associated with this is just great brain work. So this one is really fun, and it has had a lot of learning. And then the last one I'll show you, I just want to keep this short. I think I will do a video of all of the games that we use in our homeschool and just in our life. Ticket to Ride. This is her new favorite. She says it's her absolute favorite of them all. And we've had this since January. It's now almost June. We tried to take it out in January and there were a lot of, it was a little too confusing. There were a lot of rules. Maybe even I gave up. I don't know. We were like, I don't know about this one. So we took it out again a few weeks ago and we've played this pretty much every day. It is great for geography. So it shows you like the US map, but in a really simplistic way. And, it has like pictures and stuff. So if your kids aren't quite reading yet, they can still play this. In fact, with all these games they can play because my daughter's not really reading yet. This is great with just like directional skills, geography, map work. What else? Process of elimination. It's great. Colors. So this has been our new favorite and I've really enjoyed this one too. And she beats me. She beats me at all of them. I'd say I let her win at Clue Junior most of the time, but she really does beat me genuinely at most of these. Those were her favorites. They weren't all of the favorites that I thought that she would have. I thought there were a few other things like some of the fairy tales that we read. I don't know. I think she's sort of outgrown some of that. But regardless, it was like, some of this stuff is so cool. I'm proud of my kid. She's an interesting one. And I thought it would be neat for your homeschool family to see what our homeschool family loved the most about first grade. All right, take care, everyone. Happy almost summer. If you're already there, congratulations. Tomorrow is our last day. Okay, bye.